What's up, guys? Alrighty, so I have been working on my Halloween project, and holy cow, has it turned out really good. So remember, the whole point of this project is to have a ton of fun because Halloween's amazing, whether or not we go trick-or-treating or celebrate. We just are gonna get in the spirit of fall and having pumpkins around and leaves, okay? So we're gonna just enjoy that. So right here, I have my pumpkin, okay? And I need to still write the area on the back of it. So if you look, I have two up, so my length or is 2. The width is 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 3 and then add this little guy on top. So my area for that, I'm going to write it down, is 2 times 3 in parentheses plus 1 because of the 1 on top equals 7 square units. And see it on the back. I wrote it down. Okay. So I did a pumpkin just as a little extra. I also did my people. So I have my little monsters here. And that was your requirement. So make sure that you go ahead and go and figure out the area for them. Remember, we only know how to solve the area for squares and rectangles. So if you have arms sticking out to the side, you're going to have to cut the arms off and solve for the arm, solve for the body, solve for the head, solve individually, and then add them all together to solve it, okay? So that's to find the area for your people. Now, your next step was to go ahead and make a floor plan for the house that your monster is living in, okay? So sorry, I'm trying to stick it in there. Here's my floor plan. Okay, so I have some bedrooms, kitchens, dining rooms. Made it nice and colorful because that's going to help Miss Gallagher grade this later on. Okay, and in each one of these, I wrote the entire equation out. Okay, I have 5 times 4 equals 20 square units for my office. Okay, so help me out. Help yourself out. Okay. I do still need to solve for my patio, and if you look, I'm gonna have to cut it in different areas. So I have a rectangle here to solve for, a rectangle here, here, and here, and then I will add them all together. Now, when you are finally done with your floor plan, you get to move on to the next step, which is doing the entire lot. A lot is the yard plus the house. So it's this entire area. Okay. So my yard slash lot is 30 times 43, which gives me 1,290 square units. And that's how many squares there are. Okay. So if I counted all of them, I would get that number. Okay. And so all of this is required, okay? I want you to have a person. I want you to have a house. I want you to have a yard, okay? This is where the optional part comes in. The house, okay? So I have my house right now, and he's kind of flat, okay? I found it easier to cut him out, tape him together, and then make him 3D. But if you notice on each one of these sides, I found the surface area, okay? And if you don't want to write it on the outside, I also wrote it on the inside just so I could go ahead and decorate. But I'm going to go ahead and I get to tape it together. And this is the extra credit part. So if you solve and tell me what is the volume of your house, aka how much it holds, aka length times width times height, that's a little extra credit for you. There's another chance for extra credit in this project, and it is most people tend to have a fence that goes around their yard. So if you solve for the perimeter, and I'm not going to tell you the equation for perimeter, this is something we haven't learned yet. If you take your time to go out and find it by yourself, then guess what? That's some extra credit dojo points, okay? So let me go ahead. I'm going to put my house together, put it on here, and I'm going to figure out what the volume is. So I'll pause right here. All right, guys. So I just finished taping my house together. So it is on here now. And I decided that, so it has, its bottom is glued down, but here's side 1, side 2, side front, back, top, and then so the bottom. And remember, volume, we have to do length times width times height. So my length was 16, 17 was my length was 16, width was 17, and my height was 15. So I multiplied all of those together and I got 4,080 cubic units. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop that open and leave that in there so I can remember it. But this is my completed project. I decided not to go ahead and build the perimeter or the fence, but I challenge you guys to go ahead and do the cubic house. And also, when you're done with this, decorate it. Show me all the math, but then go for it. If you want to add actual spiders, you want to make it look creepy, you want to add actual dirt on here, do it. It's your project, okay? I'm so excited to see these. Let me know if you need any help, okay, guys?